Hey, how's it going, everybody? An exciting video for you today. We have updates to the Morlovia Halloween Heroes. I wasn't sure when this was going to happen because this event starts at some point in October and we're getting on in September, so I wasn't sure what the plan was. They must have a pretty busy schedule of rolling stuff out, so yeah, pretty exciting. And they're actually adding 2 new 5-stars. 1 new 4-star and 1 new 3-star, and actually the 3-star, which we'll talk about last, seems really good. Fast speed, got some other cool stuff going on. So we will work our way down. So once this rolls out, there will be the 3 legendary heroes that you can see listed under Legendary Halloween Heroes. There will be the 2 epics, and there will be the 2 rares. Vlad is just terrible, but Jack seems really awesome. So yeah, we'll work our way down. Sorry, I'm getting a little excited here. Okay, so first we have a green rogue. Very good stats. 762 attack, 743 defense, 1353 HP. Rogue class is one of the better ones. Fast speed, who doesn't like that? Special skill is Electric Cut. Deals 225% damage to the target and nearby enemies. So it's not the half damage like, I forget how they phrase it. And reduced damage to nearby enemies, something like that. So full damage to all 3. Not crazy high damage, but still pretty good. Dispels status ailments at the end of the turn from all allies for 3 turns. So I think you might be finding yourself thinking, or we'll get to that in 1 second, deals extra damage against ice. So that's always nice to have as well. I think this second piece here, which is the only part that needs discussing, is you might be wondering what's the difference between this and like Grizoul's immunity. And I think it is that you'll take the damage from the first turn of it, and then it will clear it after that. So at the very end of the turn. So that's how I'm understanding it right now. Again, this is the first time these are in beta, so there's definitely changes are likely at this point. This is not the one that I think needs changing. I think the next one seems pretty overpowered, and we'll likely see some changes there. So I think the way this works is like if Vela fires, you would take the first round of dot damage and then it would clear. But fast speed and having only 1 turn of those is pretty awesome. And then other ailments that don't deal damage, you would just... See, I guess you wouldn't take damage. If you had defense down on you already and you fired her, then it would just clear that at the end. So it's really only damage over time effects that I can see impacting you with this. If you think I'm not interpreting that correctly, let me know in the comments down below, but I think that seems pretty clear. Dispel status ailments at the end of the turn from all allies for 3 turns. Yeah, that seems good to me. I think heroes in a given rollout are often overshadowed by the one that seems the best, and I think that's the same thing that's happening here, but I think this is a really solid hero that I would be happy to have, but this is the one that seems really good. A red sorcerer 5-star, which I really need a sorcerer that I feel good about putting emblems in. Very fast speed, 758 attack, 735 defense, 1384 HP. Twilight of Sorrow deals 110% damage to all enemies. The caster steals 100% of any healing applied to all enemies for 3 turns. All allies are immune to status ailments for 3 turns. That's crazy. So this is finally the Telluria counter. This is literally a manufactured Telluria counter and is an incredible one. So very fast speed. You only need 2 matches with the level 11 Mono Troop. Not too bad. The damage is not high, but it's enough, especially if you pair her. Yeah, I think it's a her. I can't show you the pictures anymore, unfortunately, but they are circulating around. Caster, yeah, so 110% damage to all enemies if you have an attack buffer of some kind, which they do have in red with Bold Tusk, Black Knight, some Keitha, Puss in Boots. Any of those are going to make this more significant. The interesting part is the last two at very fast speed, which seems overpowered. We'll see what they do here. The caster steals 100% of any healing applied to all enemies for 3 turns. So I think steals means Vanda would heal. So if Telluria's is going off and everyone's healing like 150, she's going to get all of that healing. So that would be 750 per turn, which seems really strong, especially with all allies being immune to status ailments. So she's going to be really hard to kill, and she's going to make your allies really hard to kill because they're going to be immune to status ailments, and status ailments are a really big part of the game right now. So super good hero, would absolutely level this hero in a heartbeat as is. We'll see what kind of changes are made, and then would give her max emblems. Would she be good on defense? It depends. So the steals healing, like, it depends if that is a buff that she has that can be dispelled. And then all allies are immune to status ailments. I think that can be dispelled. So it would depend on how these things are classified within the card. Like, once you fire them, do they appear as symbols? Because if they could be cleared, it's pretty easy to get around, and this hero would be much better on offense. But if those can't be cleared, very fast heroes do great on defense, because they're going off so often, and this is just super powerful. So of the two, this is the clear winner in my opinion. Yeah, so on to the next. We have Valeria, who we won't cover. She's been around for a while. Not too interesting. She can be useful for... this doesn't really happen at the level that my alliance is at, but she can be useful if you have any wings that are in war, any wings that are really tough to get rid of, and people are using multiple flags trying to just kill the wing, which doesn't really happen that much, but it does happen at certain levels. She can be good, especially in field aid wars, I should say, because she steals that field aid healing and keeps it from becoming this runaway train situation. Frank is the new one, and that's who we're going to look at, and he seems pretty cool. And a rush attack standout. I just noticed... Oh, never mind. For some reason, I keep thinking the power is the attack stat, and I was like, wow, his HP is only 639. That's pretty crazy. 620 attack, 639 defense. It seems pretty average for a 4-star. 1292 HP is pretty high. They can be as low as like 900, and I don't think any of them are in the 1300, so he's got a lot of HP. Barbarian, slow speed is the part that's not that great, but rush attack tournaments, that doesn't really matter. And then deals 200% damage to all enemies, which is pretty respectable. Damage is increased by 45% per each dead enemy, so that can go up to 380% total to the last enemy, but at that point you don't really need it. The good part is minus 44% defense for 4 turns. I think Grim is still a more attractive hero if you're going just for defense down, because he is average speed versus slow speed, and speed is really important in this game. But looking at this, where I'm at in the game, I would definitely level up this hero just for rush attack. I think it would be fun to use, and capes are not too rare for me these days. Okay, so decent hero would be super strong at average speed. And I honestly feel like heroes like this, I'd probably rather see them a little bit weaker in average speed than a little bit stronger in slow speed, just because a lot can happen in the time it can take to charge a slow speed hero, and they might just be dead at that point. So it doesn't matter if theoretically they're stronger if they're dead. And the slower a hero is, the greater the chance they die without firing. So that's my thoughts on that. Vlad is terrible. I can't remember what his damage is, but his dot, I think it's like 9 per turn or like 12 per turn or something just ridiculously low. And so if you look at Jack here, so Vlad is very fast speed, but his hit is just pathetically weak, and I think it's only to 1. So I fed all of mine away. But Jack is awesome. So 476 attack, which is pretty good. 450 defense, 750 HP. I don't have the 3-star and 4-star stat ranges down as well as I do for the 5 stars, but that seems pretty average to me from what I can recall. Wizard class, purple, fast speed, and then the special skill. So 270 to the target, which seems pretty typical for these snipers in 3-star. The cool part is the target receives a pumpkin bomb. After 3 turns, the pumpkin bomb explodes and deals 285 damage to the target and 142 damage to nearby targets. The pumpkin bomb also explodes when the target is defeated. So I think this is the kind of thing where it can be cleansed. So, it's often true that heroes are better on offense than on defense because defense is a much more selective environment. There's just a more narrow range for what can be successful there. But on offense, it's a wider range, and this hero seems really good for a 3-star. 285 damage is like, if we look at his stats as an example, that's like a third of their health with damage to nearby at fast speed. Definitely want this hero. That seems really good. Okay, so they have also added the family bonus. For these seasonal events, it only affects one parameter. The events, I can't remember what they're actually called. Challenge events, the events, you know what I'm talking about. Guardians, Riddles, Grim Forest, all those kinds of things. Those have 2 bonuses and they go up to 5 heroes, I believe. The seasonal ones only are for 2 and 3. This only counts for unique heroes, so duplicates do not drive this up higher. And this one you get 5% and 12% mana generation, which seems pretty solid. So let's see if they include in here the portal stats. I didn't see it, and I don't think it was here. It's not here. So if anyone remembers that, go ahead and throw it in the comments down below, and I'm sure people will upvote it so that other people can see it. I think they're pretty low. I think it's like a 1% thing. So now it's 1% split between 3. So that's about, if you wanted to get one specific hero, that's about a little bit higher than what the featured hero chance is in the Season 3 Valhalla summons. Obviously, you can use epic hero tokens here, which is a big selling point for a lot of people. A lot of people save those for these seasonal events. I would be tempted to use any and all of mine here because I think there are some really strong heroes. I'd like to have the 3-star, etc., etc. But I'm also curious what they're going to bring out for Christmas, because if they're spicing up the pools this much, like all the heroes they've added to the seasonal events, aside from the Summer Sands, I forget what that one's called, Sand Empire. Sand Empire got Rock, who got nerfed into not being very good, but what's it called? Springvale got Roostly and Killhair, and Killhair has become one of the most powerful heroes very quickly for average speed. Roostly is pretty strong, but more selective. These heroes are very good, very competitive. I'm actually really impressed. What's his name? Victor he's decent. He's got the very fast speed thing going for him, and which is interesting. That's been kind of the theme of this portal, is the very fast speed. Valeria was very fast, Vlad was very fast, Victor was very fast, so there was a V thing going on too. And then they add Jack, who's fast. What's her name? Francine, who's fast. Vanda, who's very fast, and then Frank, who is slow. So really strange choice there. I would have liked to see another worthwhile, very fast 4-star in here, but or at least fast, but slow is less appealing. So yeah, I'm very curious what they're going to drop with the Christmas portal, because I could see them in the kind of hero generation state that they're in. I could see them doing like a 4-star that has maybe a 20% resurrect chance, or even a 3-star. They've been adding some really good 3-stars. So yeah, I'm curious. So I wouldn't say, I mean, these are good heroes. You probably can't go wrong either way. There will be one that you'll like more, but you're not going to know about what the Christmas heroes are until this event has long passed. So you're not foolish for spending your hero tokens here. And I think if it stayed the same and it was these three legendaries versus Santa and Mother North, these three are far, 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 far better. Santa is not very good anymore. Slow speed, not many places you can use him. His effect is decently powerful, but slow speed is just not that appealing to me. Mother North, also slow speed. She's one of those ones that people really like, but for some reason I don't care that much about the resurrecting revive heroes. She brings them back with really weak health, and the minions go down pretty easy. It's like usually when she's gone off, unless you're already really struggling, it's not that hard to turn the tables back against them again. So I would say you're far better off getting one of these heroes than you are her. Some people will disagree. People have different styles of gameplay, and that's totally fine. That's one of the fun things about this. But for my style, I prefer the faster speed and would love either of these heroes, but especially this red one. So that's what's going on. We will cover the changes as they happen. This has just come out as I'm recording this 16 hours ago, so this is all pretty new. I haven't checked to see what the changes to the event are. If there's a link here, we can look at that real quick. If you're not interested in that, feel free to move on by. No, it's just linking me to Ninja Tower. So it may be that it's released, it may be that it hasn't changed. How the event is, if you've never done it before, there's these pumpkin bombs that appear as colored tiles in place of the regular tiles, and if you don't match them within, I think, 3 turns, you take damage to all your heroes. They're actually very annoying, and if you get a bad board with a lot of them, they can absolutely destroy you. So I think that's the inspiration for that Jack pumpkin hero. So I don't expect too many changes there. From what I recall, they haven't done a big overhaul on that. But again, if you know any of this information, please throw it in the comments below. It's to the benefit of everyone to make this as rich of a resource as possible for finding this information. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. That helps other people find it. It's more than just showing your support. It really is a way to vote in the YouTube algorithm on what content is valuable. So it's actually really important. Good way to support the channel. It's fun for me to see, but it also helps all you guys out there to get the information that you need to make the most informed decisions possible. And that's something I like to try and help you guys do. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.